if you're ready for a fresh start for the day, for a project, for the year, this is a practice for you, where we build strength in the back body, lengthen the front body, and we'll be on our mat, on our bellies, so make sure you haven't just eaten a large meal. Well, for that matter, anytime you practice yoga, make sure it's been a while since you've eaten. Because to move the spine in all the different directions, the 7 different directions that we do in yoga practice, you need to create a little bit more spaciousness in your belly area. We'll begin standing. As you stand tall, reach your arms up and slightly back. Take your hands to your mat and bend your knees to do so. Step your right foot back, step your left foot back, come to a plank position or tabletop if you prefer, and make your way slowly down to the mat. Once you're on the mat, reach your hands back with your palms pressing. Inhale, draw the palms isometrically toward the front of the mat as you lift your heart. Exhale, draw down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, draw down. Place your hands alongside your ribs. Come up to all fours position and step your right foot forward. Take your hands right above your knee, and in the same way that we just did, draw your belly forward, almost as if you're sitting it on the top of the thigh. Reach your hands back with the palms facing down again. On the next in-breath, reach your arms up and slightly back. Exhale, release your hands down. Come to all fours position. Lower yourself easily to the mat in this fresh start for the day. You want to keep the back muscles really engaged. Place your hands back like they were before. Pull them isometrically toward the front of the mat. Lift up and feel the muscles of the back body engage. Release down. Come to all fours position. Step your left foot forward. Press it down. Place your hands to the top of the knee. Bow forward. Reach your hands straight back with the fingers spreading. On the in-breath, lift your arms up. Reach them back. Release your hands down to the mat. Step your back foot forward. Place both hands to your low back. Rise up. Reach up. Reach back. Open the chest to get the nice length in the front body. Exhale, release your hands down with your knees bent. Step back. Come to either plank or tabletop again. Lower yourself to the mat. Interlace your fingers with the forearms pressing down, with your elbows hugging in. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees up, lift your pelvis up, lift all the way up, lift your pelvis a little higher, walk in slightly, with your heels lifting, move your pelvis to the right, move your pelvis to the left, come back to the center position, step back slightly so that you can come to a forearm plank. Lower your knees down, lower the tops of the thighs down. Place your hands back once again. Press your hands fully, pull in, lift your feet up. Exhale, release down. Come through all fours position again. Step your right foot right between your hands. Tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee up. With your belly Close to the top of the thigh, reach your hands back again. Your shoulders hug in, you get this nice openness to the front body. Keeping that, lift your arms up, reach your gaze up, your hands back. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Step back to a plank position again, or all fours, of course. Lower yourself to the mat. Once on the mat, reach your hands back. This time, lift your hands, lift your feet, rise up. Exhale, release down. Come through all fours position. Step your left foot forward. Tuck your right toes under. Lift up your right knee with your ribs really close to the top of the left thigh. Balance yourself first. Reach your hands back as you're ready with the fingers spread, the palms facing down. On the inhale, reach your arms up and back. Exhale, take your hands to the mat. Step back to a plank position. Lower yourself to the mat. Interlace your fingers as you press the forearms down. Pull the elbows in toward each other. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees. Lift your pelvis. Lift a little higher. Walk in just slightly. With your heels high, your feet almost vertical. Just draw your pelvis to the right side and lower it slightly. Inhale, lift your pelvis up. Draw your pelvis to the left. Lower it slightly toward the mat. Lift up. Come back to the center. That's a little challenging. Keep your breath full and bright as you come toward a plank position and lower yourself down to the mat. Take your hands to the sides of your body and inhale, rise up. Exhale and soften. Come to all fours position with your toes tucked under. Draw your pelvis back toward your toes that are tucked under. Just give a nice stretch to the arches of the feet. Keep hugging your heels in toward one another. Interlace your fingers and reach your interlaced fingers up. Just draw over to the right side. And if the feet are getting a little cranky, of course you can come out of the pose, but see if you can keep a nice engagement as you draw over to the left side. Come back to the center. Release your hands down. Step your right foot forward. With your right foot forward, draw the pelvis down toward the earth. Reach your left hand back. Let the hand slide toward your knee or maybe even your calf muscle. Reach your right arm up and over. Release your hand down. Come back to tuck your toes under in that seated position, hugging the inner heels toward one another. Interlace your fingers. Reach your interlaced fingers up and draw over to the right, back to center and to the left. Back to center, release your hands down. Step your left foot forward. Take your hands right above your knee and draw yourself into the pose. Reach back with your right hand and let your right fingertips just reach toward the calf muscle as you take your left arm up, reach it up and back. Come out of the pose. Come back to tabletop position. Lower yourself all the way down. With your forearms pressing and your fingers spread, draw your elbows isometrically back toward your toes. You're pressing the forearms down, pulling back, tuck your toes under, lift your knees up, lift your pelvis up, lift it higher, walk your feet in toward your forearms, lift your right leg high, release your right leg down, lift your left leg high, release it down, step back to come to the forearm plank and lower your pelvis down. Come to all fours position again. Step your right foot forward. Drop into the low lunge. You can do the same thing we just did by sliding the left hand back toward the back foot. Or if you feel like the front side of the thigh is ready for a nice stretch, see about lifting up your back foot and holding onto the back foot and reaching the right arm up. Release your foot and your hand. Come back to tabletop position to step your left foot forward. Draw into the pose. Your choice again. Can you stretch the right hand back? If you feel like you could lift the back foot up, hold on, reach up, create the pose of your choice, or just keep the foot down and slide the hand a little bit deeper the second time. Release your foot and your hands. Come to lie on your back. With your knees bent and your feet planted, press your elbows down, lift your heart and your pelvis, lift up. Create this nice fullness in the front body through the strength that the practice has given you in the back body. Lift high. Release your pelvis down. Release your arms. Release your legs. Close your eyes. Receive the ease of the in-breath, the out-breath. Bring your attention to the back body. How the breath is a gateway to just creating just a little bit more opening to the back body. After engaging the back muscles that support your spine, after strengthening those muscles and strengthening the side body muscles, see how the breath can create even more awareness with ease to that area of the body. You breathe in deep and out long. Keep a nice softness in your facial muscles. as you assimilate the actions of the practice. Enjoy this time of ease as you gain a fresh start. And a sense of renewal. Namaste.